How's it going, everybody? Is the Sketch Monkey here with a new video for you. This is gonna be a quick video. I wanted to show you a trick to start sketching with markers. I know I had a lot of issues starting to sketch with markers when I was a student. I couldn't figure it out, but I think this thing that I'm gonna show you, this method is going to help you a lot if you have the same issues that I had. First of all, let's start by warming up, because this is the first sketches of the day. So what I want to do is just to get some lines down on the paper like this. There we have a strange looking cube of some sort. Can make some standard stuff, the ellipses, of course, we can't forget about those. There we go. We can connect these, something like that. What else can we do to warm up? Let's just make some lines. Bam. Trying to hit these two marks with my pen. All right, I think we're good. I think we're all warmed up now. So let's jump into the content of the video, or the subject of the video, which is one trick to improve your marker sketching. A really simple trick. All right, so I'm gonna use this old paper because I don't want to waste it. It has some marker on it, but it's fine. So let's say we want to, let's say we have, let's keep it really simple. So let's make another cube. In the standard perspective. So instead of thinking of what shades you want to use, you know, instead of worrying about going over the lines with this, with the markers, what I would do when I start out is, if I were just learning markers, so let's say we want to use red. Let's see if this one is alive and well. It is. Actually, I think it's about to get dry, so let's use this one instead. I think it's fine. Yeah, this is good. So what I want to do now is, instead of thinking of the light source, for example, coming from here, I'm just gonna go over the entire product that I'm sketching with one single marker. The thing you want to think about, you want to keep in mind here, is to pick a shade that's kind of in the middle of black and white. So you want to have something, a neutral tone to the color. And in this case, I think this is pretty neutral. It's kind of on the darker side of blue. And here comes Rosie. Rosie, you have to move, I'm sorry. So let's go over this whole thing. And of course it's a dry marker. Of course it is. Yes, I should have tried this before I started. But let's use this marker for the sake of the video. Anyway, I think it's gonna work out. It fills up the page pretty well. We got a lot of lines, but it's fine. So as you can see, I'm not worrying at all about where I'm putting the marker. I still have the big lines underneath, so that kind of gives me a guide of where I'm going with the marker. So from here, what you want to do is just use the big pen. So even if you just have one marker, you can still go in and line shade this. So let's say the light source is coming from here. This is in the case of, you know, if you only have a single marker. You can go back in and shade this like that. Or if you have a couple of other markers, let's say if you have a lighter one, you obviously want to start with a light one. But let's say we have another dark here. That's perfect. So what I'm gonna do now is just not worry about the lines or anything like that. I'm just gonna go crazy and go over this. You see in the bottom, I'm still messing up the lines there. I'm not keeping it within the boundaries of the cube. And that's the whole point of this exercise, to not overthink the markers and just have fun with it. And go back to it later, which I'm doing right now, and define the borders of the object that I'm sketching. So it doesn't matter if you have markers going outside of the borders, because honestly, to me, I think it kind of looks cool. It gives some life to the sketch. I don't know if you agree, but that's just my taste. So that's if you have a darker shade. Now, if you want to go lighter, what you can do, if you have a white pencil like this, so let's say the surface is coming from the top here, that means that we have to go in and shade this, the top part. And just try to get this a little bit lighter than the original marker that we used. Another benefit to this style of sketching is that you get so much more done in a lot less time, because you're not trying to make anything perfect. You just want to put down some colors, and then when the colors are there, then you can go in and do whatever you want and try to define the shape that you're sketching. I do want to put some highlights on this, just because it's fun. And I'm using the Uni Posca pen right here. All the tools that we're using can be found in the description below, including this pen. So I'm just adding some highlights on the edge. And we can make a burn point right here. Burn points are where the light kind of gets together, or whatever you want to call it, where the highlight is the strongest, and usually those places are in corners and in cut lines and section lines and stuff like that. Totally depends on where your light source is, obviously. So the point with this video is to simply just don't worry too much about markers. I think when I started out, my biggest problem was exactly that. I was worrying too much. What if I make a mistake? What if I miss the line here? It's gonna mess up the whole sketch. But the thing is, with markers, there's almost always a way in where you can go in and fix the mistakes that you made, if you make any mistakes. And you're supposed to make mistakes, because otherwise you're not gonna learn. You're not gonna improve. So set out to do a bunch of mistakes and set out to break some boundaries. And if you have a few markers, like in this case here, this is only done with 2 markers, as you saw. You can always use other tools, such as the Bic pen right here, or a white pencil if you have that, to kind of get different shades out of just a few markers. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you give this a try. And if you do, you can tag me on Instagram at @thesketchmonkey and let me check out your work. That's about it, guys. I hope to see you next time. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And let me know what you want to see in future video by commenting below on this video. I'll see you next time, guys. Take it easy.